day everyone, especially to our research advisor, Kirsty Cruda, our panelists, Ampar Bisagas, Jefferson de la Cruz. In this video, we're going to discuss about our research study entitled Crime Management in the New Normal Level of Satisfaction Among Residents of Barangay Gredo, Panabo City, Davao del Norte. And we are the researchers. I am Omar Gonda.
And I am Ben Loranan.
And I am Rodney Jan Castillo.
And now, let's begin our discussion about our study. Introduction. In the presence of COVID-19, there are lots of problems that occur, specifically in crime management, that needs to be considered. The problem of the dependent variable, if the satisfaction level is disregarded, there will be no basis for improvement. Even though the means of crime management is least satisfactory, probably those who develop the crime management will be at ease, which they shouldn't be, especially in the dominance of pandemic. That's why it is important to get the feedback about their satisfaction level. The police performance in terms of their means of crime management enables the neighborhood to build their own standard if the responsibility of the police is commendable. It is important to know that if they carry the responsibility correctly, and will reach the satisfaction of every person without the impression of the neighborhood of the people living in the community, there will be no place for improvement in the crime management methodologies or in short, it serves as their basis for improvement of their system in achieving their goals, which is the crime prevention. This study is anchored to the satisfaction with the police in Chile, which states that the policing can take multiple forms and be linked to different objectives, such as crime prevention and public order management. Advocates of community policing emphasize the relevance of positive encounters with citizens and community. Most of these positive community policing approaches, however, are concentrated in residential areas, while more repressive measures are used at the urban margins. In the study, which is crime management in the new normal level of satisfaction among the residents of Barangay Gredo, Panabo City, Davao del Norte, the researcher aims to know the level of satisfaction of crime management in the new normal. This study will encounter how satisfaction levels contribute to the crime management, specifically in the new normal setting. The research gap of the study is that the researcher will determine if the crime management before pandemic and in the new normal differs, or the occurrence of crime is rampant in the new normal or before the pandemic. Since the new normal setting is a new thing, the present study will contribute to some factors such as contribute to the future studies as their references, further contribute to the implementation of crime management, and make a recommendation on how to reduce or lessen the crime rate within the Barangay Gredo, Panabo City, Davao del Norte. The findings of this study may serve as a basis for the barangay officials and law enforcement to improve and develop their strategic management in controlling and preventing crimes and criminals. The result of the study may provide insight to the law enforcers on the strategies and actions they need to improve in regards to crime management to become more effective in fighting criminalities. Furthermore, the result of the study may eventually benefit the residents of Barangay Gredo. This study will help law enforcers to improve their performance in crime management. With this, it will help the residents to have a better security. The result of the study shall serve as a reference for future researchers which with whatever similar studies they shall partake in. And now let's proceed to the research objectives. Our research objective, this study aims to determine the level of satisfaction among the residents of Barangay Gredo, Panabo City in crime management. Specifically, in the study will answer the following objectives. Number 1. What is the level of satisfaction among the residents of Barangay Gredo, Panabo City in terms of, the first one is crime prevention, followed by the public order management, and the second one is to propose an action plan based on the findings of the result of the study.
Next is the research respondents. The respondents of this study were the residents of Barangay Gredo, Panabo City, Davao del Norte, both male and female, and must be 18 years old and above. The researcher used selected random sampling to distinguish the following respondents. Next is the materials or instrument that the researcher used in this study. The researcher utilized materials to serve as the basis for this study. The researcher used a questionnaire in order to collect data information about the said problem. The instrument was used to know the respondents' response into dependent variables and independent variables. And also the researcher used closed-ended questions. The researcher instrument used in this study was adapted from the performance of barangay police security Officer or BPSO or Tanod in Maintaining Peace and Order, Cruz 2020, and Community Satisfaction on Barangay Peacemaking Action Team or BPAT, Performance in Uzami City, Philippines, Cruz 2020. Next is the design and procedure. In the Barangay Gredo, there are 16,525 population according to the census of 2020. In this study, we used the random sampling to get the respondents that we needed by using Sloven's formula. As you can see in the monitor, the N is equal to the total population of Barangay Gredo, Panabo City, and the E, which is 0.05, is given in the formula. Therefore, there are 390 respondents that the researcher needs to conduct this study. Since the study attempts to measure the level of satisfaction of the residents of Barangay Gredo, Panabo City in terms of crime management, descriptive research design was used with survey method to gather data about varying subjects. In descriptive research, it aims to accurately and systematically describe a population, situation, or phenomenon. After the approval of the panel members, the researcher had undergone the following steps and procedures in gathering data. The researcher asked permission to the respondents if they are willing to answer the questionnaire about their level of satisfaction in crime management in new normal. The confidentiality of the response will be not disclosed to the public. The questionnaire was disseminated only in their vacant time. Furthermore, the researcher retrieved the survey questionnaires after the respondents have answered all the items. Finally, the researcher tallied and tabulated all the data gathered from the respondents, subject to statistical analysis. The statistical result was analyzed and interpreted. With the data, conclusions were drawn and recommendations were formulated based on the findings of the study. The statistical tools that were used for data interpretation is the mean. This statistical tool is used to determine the level of satisfaction about the crime management. Next is the result and discussion. So, Table 1 shows the level of satisfaction among the residents of Barangay Gredo, Panabo City. The overall mean is 4.11 with standard deviation of 0.787, under the descriptive equivalent of 5. Under the result, among the two indicators, the crime prevention gained a mean of 4.07 with a standard deviation of 0.811, equivalent of high, and the last indicator, which is public order management, which gained a mean of 4.15 with a standard deviation of 0.811, equivalent of high. This indicates that the level of satisfaction in crime management was much observed. So, crime management in the midst of pandemics was imposed and observed in Barangay Gredo, Panabo City, Davao del Norte, in order to prevent or reduce the occurrence of crime and lessen the opportunity for a potential criminal to commit. It is beneficial to reduce the crime rate through crime prevention, which deters crime through the means employed by the law enforcers, and through public order management, which aims to improve orderliness, harmony, peace and order, the needed security of the residents, and the impartiality imposed through its implementation. With this, the researcher developed an action plan regarding the improvement of crime management in the new normal, and lessen the instance where residents encounter problems relating to crime prevention and public order management. So as you can see in the PowerPoint, this is the proposed action plan. So this action plan, the objective of this action plan is to enhance the crime management in the new normal, level of satisfaction among the residents of Barangay Gredo. So the general objective of this action plan is to give an alternative solution to the police officer and barangay officials to improve the crime management in the barangay and achieve better positive feedback from the residents in terms of crime prevention and public order management. So next is the matrix of activity. The key result area is the crime prevention. The objective is to enhance the strategies and measures to prevent crimes and criminals. So the strategies or activities, the PNP should add more police force in conducting a patrol to cover the wide area in every barangay. By this, it helps to achieve preventing crimes and criminals because of the better police visibility. The barangay should also add enough manpower of barangay tanod or barangay police officers to help the PNP in conducting patrol or ronda. So the expected outcome is improve residents' feelings of safety and lessen the crime rate of the barangay, for the reason that there is a better presence of law enforcers. So the persons involved of this matrix is the police officers, the barangay officials, and the BPAT. So next key result area is the public order management. The objective is to enhance prescribed measures for safeguarding public order and social harmony, stability, and peace. The strategies and activities is that the barangay officials, BPAT, and police officers should strictly implement all existing laws and rules governing the land with impartiality in order to maintain orderliness, peace, and harmony, such as rules regarding settling neighborhood disputes. Any person who violates rules should receive the appropriate punishment. So the expected outcome is well-organized community. Residents will abide the law and avoid transgressing the law, and improves community police relations through the impartiality imposed. The persons involved of this matrix is police officers, barangay officials, and BPAT.
Next is conclusion and recommendation. Conclusion. The conclusion is drawn on the findings of the study. The level of satisfaction among the residents of Barangay Gredo, Panabo City in terms of crime prevention and public order management is high. Therefore, the researchers conclude that the crime management and the new normal of Barangay Gredo, Panabo City was much observed. Recommendation. The level of satisfaction of the residents in crime management needs to develop and improve more by the law enforcement agency or the PNP and barangay officials to assist the means of crime prevention, especially in the midst of pandemic. Based on the result, conducting patrol or ronda got the lowest score among the 4 questions under the indicator of crime prevention. The researchers recommend the law enforcers to conduct a patrol in every purok of the barangay, if possible by requesting the help of barangay officials to have the enough manpower of tanod or barangay police officer to conduct patrol or ronda. By that, the residents will feel more secure and will deter them to in committing crimes because of the better presence of the law enforcers and the public order management. The researchers recommends to barangay officials to help our law enforcers to dealing with neighbors dispute which in line with their capabilities. The researchers highly recommend that the barangay officials should also give the attention towards the youth. For the reason of that particular circumstance is that youth are prone to gaining criminality due to their curiosity. Therefore, our intervention should be implemented to divert their attention of doing delinquent acts such as extracurricular activities like sports with benefits by the barangay towards crime prevention, at the same time in promoting healthy lifestyle, especially in the times of pandemic. That's all. Thank you.